Hi YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is another plan with me for the week of August the 12th through the 18th, 2024. And for this week, I'm using the sticker books from Park Lane as well as stickers from Pip Stickers. I used to be subscribed to them a very long time ago. I'm not anymore, but I still have quite a bit of stickers that came in as subscriptions, but also ones that I ordered separately. So I'm really excited to finally be using them. And these are pretty good stickers because they are thick and they stick pretty well even after all of this time. So I'm happy I'm getting a chance to use it. This week, I'm still setting up things the same way I did the previous weeks. I just started this planner in July, and I've been pretty much using the same layout, and it's been working. Next week, I think I'm going to lay out things a little bit differently because I have thought about other areas that I would like to use that would be more helpful, especially to my week, but also just to be able to look back on, since this is a yearly book, and see what exactly I'm using it for and what I'm tracking and all of that good stuff. So I will be trying a different layout on next week. This past week, I don't think I was that productive when I label out things that I'm doing for the week in terms of tasks. I have been trying to do things that are very important, but a couple of things that I want to pretty much start a habit with. But I just haven't been that successful in meeting at least half the goals that I put down for my checklist for the week. And I think it's in part for a lot of reasons. I was not feeling well for a little bit of time, and then things get kind of altered when I work or pick up any extra hours, which is what's been happening lately, especially when I'm picking up overnights, because it just throws me off for the next day. So that's something I'm trying to keep in mind as well. That's why I marked down on this side that I'm doing now, the far left, with errands or work schedules, things like that, that is pretty much going to take up time. I'm also still going to use the habit tracker, which has been very helpful because it's basically been telling me about the things that are important but how I've been lacking. So one thing, or a few areas that I noticed that I've been lacking on in terms of habit tracking is learning my sign language, no spends, as well as exercise. And I haven't been doing well with eating out as well. I've been eating out more than I would like, some of which has been like a self-care, I would say. So, and I know you've probably heard me say this before, that if I don't get a lunch while I'm at work and I choose to work through and just make sure that I'm finished with my notes and everything so I can leave on time, then that's what I'll do. But oftentimes, because I'm so tired, I'll just grab something out. Today I didn't do that. I ate it at home, but I ate what I had initially brought to work. And I know I'm posting this a little bit late. I did the video. I am just getting around to posting it, and today is Monday, but that was something I was very proud of myself of. I didn't stop and get food like I did last night. I was able to just come home and eat what I brought. This sticker set I got from Amazon, and it's functional. And I've been trying to really use the functional stickers, as you'll hear me say, time over and over again. So really happy I was able to use this. I wanted this theme for this week to be kind of fun, but a little bit summery as well, because lately we've been getting fall type of weather. Whether it's at night where it's extremely cool, but the last couple of days have been in the 70s, like 73, 75. around there, and it's just giving me fall vibes, which I'm totally okay with. But I wanted to get in a little summer spread, so to speak, since I don't think it's going to be around that much longer weather-wise. So per usual, I will do my little chit chat with you all. So grab your journals, planners, whatever it is that you use, notebooks, and plan with me. I always forget to say that in a video, and I don't know why, because most times that I look at planning videos, I'm either putting things in my journal, figuring out what stickers I want to use for next week, or planning myself. So definitely go do that, and let's get started. So one update is I finally got around to filling in some of my pages in this Hobonichi as it relates to some books that I read. So I get that out the way. I have been very proud of myself with reading because I've been keeping up with it, and I've at least been reading something a good amount of days. So I'm not going long periods of time where I'm not reading. Reading is not only a coping strategy, but it's something I've always done since I was younger, and I just love to read. And it's been so many good books that's coming out, and I'm just trying to brace myself as I take them in, but I've just really fallen back in love with reading, so I've been doing that. But aside from that, I wanted to kind of talk about overwhelm as it relates to, life in general, but also within completing tasks, feeling productive, being present with family, being present with yourself, and all of that. So I have been trying to take a good look at why I haven't been reaching my goals. And I know I was sick for a good amount of time and trying to recover from that. But what I noticed is my level of stress, overwhelm, and just pure tiredness. And it's hard to get tasks done, for one, when you're tired, but then it's also hard to get it done when you're thinking about so many other things. It clouds what's priority and what isn't. And in trying to get so many appointments completed and papers filled out for school that's starting this week, might I add, it's just been really hard. One thing I've noticed with trying to get appointments together and papers filled out is I am unorganized when it comes to papers, keeping up with appointments, and looking through emails. That's a huge issue. I know it's a huge issue because it also spills over to my work. I'm not the best at looking at emails, and I am also not the best at maintaining what meetings are coming up. Because I don't have a ton of meetings, it's hard for me to keep up with like supervision and console groups and different things like that. But, it's just hard because I feel like I'm always thinking about so many different things. And one thing that I noticed, and I think is really important, and I encourage you all to do the same thing, is kind of evaluate your level of self-care. And I know it's something that we hear literally all the time, but it's something that I'm finding now to be extremely important, especially with this level of my career that I'm in now. And being in a career that is in public service in any way, or just a career that's demanding, that requires you to be present with other people, be conscious about what you're doing, have good decision-making skills. I think self-care is good anyway, but in terms of like working with other people and their lives and their well-being, it's very important to get self-care in because it's going to make you perform at your best. And self-care is always an area that I've lacked in. And I've made so many different excuses for it. And it's really no excuse not to do self-care. Because self-care can start with, at the bare minimum, just checking in with yourself. Like, okay, after a certain time, whether you're at work or at home, have I been hydrating? Have I eaten? Have I showered? Have I gone to the washroom? What is it that I need that I'm not getting? Evaluating the people that you interact with daily. Like, are these good interactions? Do they drain me? Do they bring me down after I know? Because that definitely plays a part in how you continue the rest of your day, but also what you're agreeing to. And I say that because so it's some things that as individuals we just have responsibilities for and we have to show up for. So like work, that's something that most of us have to do. If we don't do it, then it's going to significantly affect our lives. So being able to check in to say, am I good to work extra hours? Do I need to reevaluate just a full-time schedule and work part-time? And I know for some people that's not an option, but if that means that you're going to crash and burn at some point, then it's worth evaluating. If it's going to give you more health issues, more stress, being more tense with your family, it's something to evaluate. And I think stress affects me in the ability for me to be productive in smaller things. So I'm finding it difficult to show up in smaller tasks around the house, even if it's delegating someone else to do it, because I'm feeling like I have to do everything myself because I want it done a certain way and I need to be ensured that it's done in general, so I'm going to do it myself. So I can't stress how important delegating things is, whether if it's at work or at home. If it's something that you can pass along to someone else and it's okay, then do it. If it's going to take something off of your plate to free you up to either be more present with your family or be more productive in another area. Like if you don't have to do the dishes and you can spend that time doing something else that's more important, and you can either ask your kids to do it or your partner, or figuring out a schedule of how things is going to work is also so important to things. I like having a schedule or routine, and it's something I've grown up with. When I grew up, my mom set out days where this is the day that we clean the bathroom every day. This is the day where we deep clean the kitchen every day. This is the day that we, and things got done. And yeah, you have to pick up and clean up extra throughout the week here and there, but generally these are the days that you're doing this. These are the days that you're ironing. These are the days, you might have to do emergency ironing on a different day, but ultimately it's a set day to do it. And I think it mentally prepares you to get ready for that task more so than how I tend to work. I hold everything to that one day, and I'm stressed because I'm doing everything that one day. I'm cleaning, I'm earning, I'm doing like 1,000 things in that one day and totally wiping myself out because I don't have a good enough schedule. Granted, when you have special needs kids, things are different. It's harder, but it's no reason to at least try to have a schedule in place. I think I'm so focused on my kids staying on their schedule as much as possible until I forget that that's important for me to do as well. So just being able to check in with yourself and see if things are working. If you do have a schedule, see if it's actually working, or do you need to change the schedule up? But sometimes those little things that we feel like is not that important could make a huge difference on how productive we are. So I hope that this was encouraging in some way. I hope it makes you think about your self-care, whether you can start off with just 2 minutes or 5 minutes even if it's just sitting still for 3 minutes, and that's where you start at. Hopefully you do start somewhere. I hope you all have an awesome week, and I'll see you in the next one.